Hey guys, Coach Charles here with Fit Health in Herndon, Virginia. Today we're talking about frozen shoulders. So how do you know if you're about to develop a frozen shoulder or if you're on the way to developing a frozen shoulder and maybe you already have one? Now, what can you do about it once you have one? So here we go. Very simple test. And we devised this test because everyone spends so much time at a computer where their head's down like this, or they're working on their cell phone. They're constantly like this type of thing. Everything pulls the shoulder into limited ranges of motion, and over time you lose the ability to move your shoulder through its full range of motion, right? So you should be able to raise your arm completely above head with that bicep right next to your ear very easily and without having to struggle to get it into position there. You should just be able to raise it straight up, okay? All right, so here's one simple test that we have used to see what's going on and to predict having a problem down the road. And we're just going to test the range of motion of your shoulder. So if you get a flat surface, this is just a bar here with my cage, and then rotate your thumb out, all right, so back behind you, and rotate backwards, all right? Now, you should be able to easily rotate your arm 15, 20, 30, 40 degrees. All right, good. Now, here's what most people are going to end up doing because those muscles have lost connectivity to the brain already, especially if you're over 25 or 30 years old. You're going to start to rotate back, but what you're going to do is you're going to pull your arm in, and you'll end up doing this. But your brain will tell you you're doing that. So I know that sounds crazy that you're doing this, or you think you're doing this, but your brain tells your muscles to do that. So how can you tell? Well, have somebody watch you while you're doing it. And I guarantee you 8 out of 10 times the person thinks they're doing this, but they're actually squeezing their bicep and pulling their arm in this way, okay? Now, if that's going on, that means that the muscles on the backside of your shoulder are not doing their job of being able to externally rotate the shoulder. So, how can we fix that? All right, I'm going to reposition the camera over here and show you exactly what you can do for a little bit of time every single day and fix that shoulder. All right, here's one very simple exercise that you can do daily to help restore better function to both of your shoulders. All right, so there's 2 steps to it. You reach your arms out and you want your thumbs to lead. So you're gonna pull back to 90 degrees, right? So I'm making 90 degrees here and I'm making 90 degrees here, right? So you pull from here, retract your shoulders back into place, pull your elbows until they're in line with your body and everything's at 90 degrees and your thumbs are turned out, right? This is starting to engage those parts of your shoulders that don't want to respond. Now when you get here, you're simply going to rotate back, okay? Not squeeze your elbows, not squeeze your biceps, but rotate the arms back, all right? So you're here, rotating backwards, right? Now, let's break this down into 2 parts. First part, let's just put those arms up at 90 degrees and rotate backwards. Okay, do this 10, 15, 20 times, right? And once you can convince your brain to move backwards without squeezing your biceps and doing this, once you can get those thumbs to go straight back, then you're ready to add the second piece. So you reach out in front, retract your shoulders, pull to 90 degrees, and back. All right, again, pull back and rotate. Now, when people move to this step, the biggest mistake they make is they'll pull to 90 and then they just continue to retract without actually rotating the shoulders. And again, it's very difficult for the brain to get these guys back and operational again. You may need somebody watching you for a while to let you know when you're actually doing the rotation versus just pulling back. Now, if you can't get that solved this way, then you'll put your elbow onto a flat surface, like a countertop, and that'll hold your arm in place, and then you can go ahead and rotate. And it's much easier for the brain to figure it out then once everything else is stabilized and not moving. However, we really want you to do it this way because in real life, you won't have something holding your arm in place so you can rotate your shoulder correctly. The brain needs to be able to connect to all the muscles on the backside of your shoulders and your shoulder blades so that it can support that connectivity all the way through regular ranges of motion, okay? And this is going to help to get your brain to heal those muscles and get rid of that frozen shoulder. At least this is the most likely cause of a frozen shoulder that we deal with here at Fit Health. All right, let me know if you have any questions or comments down below. Catch you next week.